Hi everybody, this is Amanda again. I wanted to do just a quick update this week while we're all finishing up our designs in Gestalt. Hopefully everybody's gotten some mid-review work up and is getting some feedback. A couple of things I did want to point out on our kind of looking back on the design process. Chelsea, Pat, and I have all provided some feedback for you on your comments and your response for the Eames primer reading. And this is a very important area as we move forward in this course in digital imaging this semester, but certainly to your careers as a designer as you explore design in the field of design and certainly other areas, as many of you had noted in your response to this reading. It's very important that you understand what the design process is so that you can use that successfully. So please take some time and go back and read the comments that were provided by me and by Pat and Chelsea inside this particular assignment. As I said, we will be applying the design process throughout the semester, and one example of that is what we're doing right now within our study of Gestalt. We began trying to beef up our skills in the areas where we knew we would need to do so. We started by doing some research on Gestalt and Gestalt both for the principles, but also looking at the history and where this comes from. And one thing I do want to point out to you all while you're looking at applying those principles in your designs is to please go in and make sure you review both the history and the society work that those students have done, not just focusing on the principles, but because Gestalt is so important and you will refer back to that very often in your career as a designer, but to be most successful in applying these principles, you really need to understand why Gestalt is so powerful, and that's because it is such a hardwired part of the way we think as individuals, but also within the society that we exist within. So please refer back to the work that those two groups did. But once we've finished doing our research, we then go back and we do an analysis of existing works that have applied the Gestalt principles and how successful they were, or where they failed, and how they might have improved those. So that affirms our understanding of Gestalt. Then we can start working on our own designs, and we create some first passes, some first solutions, and then we put these back to other individuals to review and kind of assess how are our designs working. Then we go back and we finalize those, and we have our critique, and we're going to do that in Second Life next week, so be sure you click this link and sign up for which day you want to participate in your critique. But after critique, then you can take that formal feedback, particularly from Pat and Chelsea and myself, and then go back to the drawing board and look at your works again even more clearly and do some final designs so you end up with really the best solution. And we're going to be using this process for the rest of the semester with all of the projects we do, so kind of get used to that process moving forward. Again, referring you back to the analysis that you all did, Pat and Chelsea and I have gone in and provided feedback to your personal analysis that you did on the different works within our voice thread. So go back in here and take a look at the feedback that was provided on the individual voice thread. The last thing I want to show you is we're using ClassStore very often to post some of your works in this class, and certainly there are some questions from students about how to access ClassStore. The resources webpage on our course website has the information for accessing that, but to show you really quickly so this is not quite as fuzzy in your heads, I'll show you how to go about doing that. If you are on campus and you're on a Mac, to show you what that looks like, this is just a server. It's just like a computer where you would go anywhere, and you will log in with your username and password, as I am here, and there you see ClassStore comes up, and then it just looks like any old folder on my computer. So there's the art and design folder, there's our class, and student folders. Some students have already created a space, and this is your space for saving extra files, kind of a backup, which is really important in design. And there's the Gestalt Designs folder. So you will put your final folder in here with your 3 solutions. They will go in there. If you are off campus, and again, instructions are on our resources webpage, you're going to download the VPN client, and the link is there. And again, you'll just use your username and password, connect to VPN first, and then log into ClassStore, and you should be able to access it that way. Okay? If you haven't already signed up for Second Life, go ahead and do that real soon. All right? Thanks.